take a look at this long stretch of land. This is Compton Woodley Airport. It's one of the oldest airports in Southern California, and it's celebrating 100 years of continuous service in aviation this year. According to aerotechnews.com, it all began on a foggy late afternoon in June of 1924 when Colonel C.S. Smith was running low on fuel in daylight. He set his plane down in what was then an empty field owned by the school district. After a safe landing, thought the field was such a perfect place for an airport that he bought the land, and Compton Airport was officially born. The ownership of the airport changed hands a few times, but in 1936, a man named Earl Woodley took over airport operations and really ramped things up. He's credited with developing and expanding it to the site that it is today. During World War II, the airport was closed to private students and was commandeered by the military to be used as a bus and plane depot. But after the war, Woodley was able to purchase the airport, and with the profits from his flight school, he bought additional parcels of land that made these runways possible. He ran the airport until his death in 1962, and the airport is co-named after him for his tireless efforts. In the summer of 1966, Compton residents and their city council pushed the LA County Board of Supervisors to purchase the airfield, and with the help of the federal government, they acquired this 77-acre site, and they've been the owners ever since. The airport has played a very important part in getting black Americans into aviation. In fact, it's believed that the very first pilot to get their license at this airport was a black student at USC who went on to join the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. Multiple pilots would go on to join that air wing after getting their license at Compton, and a man named James Woods was not only be a Tuskegee flight instructor, but he also went on to be the first African-American to work for defense contractor Lockheed. Compton Woodley still plays a big part in African-American aviation and helping disadvantaged youth take to the skies through tomorrow's Aviation Museum. They offer mentorships and STEM enrichment programs, and the teenagers that they've gotten into the air have set more than a dozen aviation records, including Isaiah Cooper, who at 16 became the youngest African-American pilot to fly across the continental U.S. They also have some really cool aircraft to check out, including one of the original choppers from the TV show Airwolf. Unfortunately, as of this look, the museum is temporarily closed, but here's to hoping they'll be back soon. The LA Times says there were as many as 75 airports in LA County alone after World War II. Today, that number is down to about a dozen. Compton Airport is one of the survivors, helping to preserve the proud history of Southern California aviation. Taking a look at this from SkyCal, I'm Desmond Shaw.